Welcome back to California Cooking. Today, we are getting into the Halloween spirit with a visit to a candy shop specializing in Swedish candies. Plus, I'm going to share a few festive, sweet, and savory treats that are perfect for your Halloween celebrations. Well, what better way to kick off the season than with a trip to the candy store? Sockerbit has taken over social media, and once you step inside and taste their candy, you'll understand why.
Hi, I'm Stefan.
I'm Florence, and we are the owners of Sockerbit, a Swedish candy store. We started Sockerbit in 2010. We were the first importers of Swedish candy into the US.
And our first store was located in Manhattan, New York, which we had open for 10 years. And we opened our second store here in Los Angeles in 2014.
I'm from Argentina.
And I'm the Swedish one. And we opened Sockerbit because we wanted to share that Swedish candy experience that I enjoyed when I was little. We met in Spain, where we were working for another Swedish candy company, and we fell in love, not just with each other, but also with the candy. And we wanted to open up our own business and have other people enjoy that same candy experience that I enjoyed when I was little. Not just me, but every Swedish person and every Scandinavian person generally will have that same core memory where you would get your little allowance at the end of the week, normally on a Saturday, so we always call it Saturday candy, and you'd run down to the candy store and you'd buy your 5 or 6 pieces of candy, whatever you could get. And that was like the joy of the whole week was that Saturday. So that tradition started, and the whole concept of the Swedish candy is rooted in that Saturday candy experience.
And today we share that with our kids as well. So they eat candy on Saturdays. We come in, we pick our bag. We don't share a bag. Each of us have our favorites, and we try to continue that tradition that Stefan brought to us. Basically, the experience is you come in, you get a bag, you get a scoop, and you just have like a salad bar of candy. So you can just pick your sours if you like, or your sweets, or a little bit of licorice, chocolates. We always keep them in a separate bag, but that's just like up to everybody's choice. So you basically just have, different sections. We have marshmallows, we have a lot of salty licorice that is very an acquired taste. But I think everybody's starting to add different layers of flavors, and then they learn to love things that they never knew they like. First of all, I think is the quality of the ingredients, the textures, and then of course there's the added value of the shapes. But most of all, I think what we care the most is the ingredients. No corn syrup, no GMOs, no trans fats. These ones are very strong EU regulations. Most of the candy is made in Europe. Now you'll find so many candy stores popping up, so it's very important to see where those candies are coming from. We only buy from the most trusted factories in Scandinavia and all over Europe. We had a few candy trends, I think, in the past few years. The latest one was last year that, I think everybody started talking about Swedish candy on TikTok.
And they wanted to try the candy on camera, and it was a whole thing. So it went really viral. I think the viral trend made people find out, aware of the Swedish candy. But the variety that we have, and we have over 140 different types of bulk candy here, the virality made them come to the store once, but our variety made them come back and back and back again.
Our top sellers, the sour cola pacifiers, I think are always been one of our best sellers. It's vegan and it has that fizzy sour to it. The marshmallows, we always big on marshmallows. Swedish marshmallows have a little bit more texture than American marshmallows, so they have that chewiness to it. traditional gummy worms, but made with good ingredients. I think people always appreciate that.
The fun thing with the Swedish candy experience is everyone has their favorites. Everyone's bag is always different. In Sweden, growing up, everybody would have their bag, and we would all run back, and then we would compare what everyone had in their own bag, and then we would debate, say, no, I like this one more. No, this one's way better. So it's a fun experience. We want people to come, pick their favorites, but we also want them to pick a few that are not their favorites. Try to find a new favorite, because there's so many to choose from.
We're very excited. We're going to be launching in Target from November. The Target team has been working with us very closely, and everybody that finds us like you did, or like it's because somebody told them, or they came in and they love the candy. And that was kind of like, for us, a very happy surprise to hear that the Target team loved our candy. We were ready. We developed a new exclusive line. Halloween, we always like to do little bags where we mix the best of the season, but also favorites that everybody has. Because you don't want to have just bats and worms in your bag, so there's always those go-to that everybody wants in their bags.
And we also have some single serving bags for trick-or-treating. So these are very good for classrooms to give to your friends, or just regular trick-or-treating on the street.
When you come to the store, first things first, you need a scoop and you need a bag. I'm gonna pick some of my all-time favorites. Some classic Swedish berries, the sour cherries, the lions. This texture is like a little bit more chewy and more dry. The flowers are the 2-layer marshmallows with a little bit of gummy. Swedish marshmallows, our favorites. The mushrooms. I'll go over here. I didn't like licorice at the beginning, but now after Stefan introduced me to it, I always need some black salty licorice in my bag.
I'm gonna make my little Halloween bag. I'm gonna start with some soft, sweet peaches. Has a nice orange flavor, orange color to it. Then I'm gonna do some nice gummy worms. We got some new sour monsters that are new this year. I myself like licorice, so I'm gonna grab this one, this skull that is half licorice, half raspberry. It's Halloween, so we need some vampire teeth. We need sour skulls. These are raspberry skulls, and these are like fizzy bubblegum skulls, delish, and some apple skulls here as well. And I think this is gonna be my Halloween bag.
Coming up, Halloween fun continues. I'm gonna make pizza stuffed pumpkins, spooky deviled eggs, and a caramel apple inspired chocolate bark. That's coming up. Let's kick things off in the kitchen with a dish that's as festive as it is delicious: pizza stuffed pumpkins. They're pretty easy to make, fun to serve, and they're guaranteed to wow your Halloween crowd. Okay, I'm practicing before I show you guys what I'm making. This right here is a little pizza pumpkin, or it will be. So follow along here and see what we're trying to do. And I hope when it bakes, and once I baste it and put a little stem in it, it'll look like a pizza pumpkin. But basically, I saw this cute idea on Pinterest where people were stuffing pumpkins with all sorts of things. And I thought, well, that would be fun to do for the kids. Maybe do a pizza pumpkin. So I've got store-bought pie dough, and I've got a nice big round shape here. You could use, you know what, if you don't have this, you could do a lid of a pot, or a lid like this, whatever you got, trace around. I rolled out the dough, make one of these rounds here, and I'll show you what I did. Here's a round, and then I've got our pizza sauce. You don't want too much, you don't want it oozing out. A couple of mozzarella balls, or you could do shredded mozzarella. Got some pepperoni, anything you like. And now we close it up, we bring all the edges in, and we just gently kind of roll it into a ball without things oozing out, right? So you don't want anything to come out. Then you take your kitchen twine, and this is gonna make the little ridges that pumpkins have, in theory. So we go down the middle, bring it up around this way, and then we cross over. This will also help keep it closed. Bring it up this way, do a little knot, and then let's go this. There we go. Go this way. It might take a couple of tries. And then we'll go one more time up this side. Good enough. You can't go wrong. I think once they bake, they'll be cute and look like pumpkins. And then we just do that as many times as you want. In the box comes 2 of these, so I could get probably 8. Time to talk about Halloween costumes. What's everyone gonna be? I was talking with the kids. They wanna be, Theo wants to be Captain Hook, although he's never seen Captain Hook, but we happened to be looking at something and he saw the hook and the hat and he was sold on that. So Theo may be Captain Hook, and Levi, he says he wants to be a zombie of some sort. So we'll see what everybody comes up with, but I love doing the family costume, although now the boys kind of have their own idea of what they want to be. So I don't know if I can get everyone to agree on what they're gonna be for Halloween. And Ari just goes with the flow. Poor guy, I've made him, he's a good sport, but I've made him dress up as a few things. But it's fun, I love it. So we have what are going to be pumpkins. I have faith. They look like nothing now, but once they bake, they could be cute. I've got some melted butter with a clove of garlic. I just warmed it up on the stove. I'm gonna try to turn the dough a little more orange for that pumpkin look. So I've got some turmeric, and again, this is just an added step you do not need to do. And I've got some paprika. And those 2 colors together could make kind of an orangish hue. So I'm gonna stir that together and baste my little pumpkins and see if that kind of gives these babies a little orangey vibe in the oven. Now they're maybe resembling a pumpkin. A few more of these basted. And the oven, I have it on, I think 375. I wish these babies luck. We're gonna put them in the oven. Okay, our pumpkins are out. I love crispy cheese. The cheese oozed out on some of them. So, while they're warm, separate them from, we still have to cut the strings off. Gotta let them cool down before I cut the string off too. Now it is the moment we've been waiting for. I'm removing our string. So you just get a little pair of scissors. And this is what made the little lines in your pumpkin. Okay, that one looks a little pumpkin-y. Here, the little pumpkins after we remove the string. Okay, now if we add the stem, so I have my little pretzel sticks. They go in quite easy. Just snap it a little, make it the right size. Here's a pumpkin for reference. I mean, the kids will get a kick out of it. I happen to have basil in the garden, and I found little leaves that will look quite cute on top. And we've got our little pizza pumpkins. I think they look quite cute. They're too cute, but I just want to open one up to see what it looks like. Oh, there you go. You got all your pizza filling, your pepperoni, your cheese. Mmm, good. Now we're giving classic deviled eggs a creepy twist. This is another fun recipe to get everybody excited for the holiday. is a deviled eggs lover out there. You know, there are some who love, some who don't love, and I totally get it. I happen to love deviled eggs, and these are spooky deviled eggs. The difference, and I've got one of my cracked eggs here just to show you, is you boil them just like you normally would, and then when they're done, you crack them all over without peeling, and you let them soak in red dyed water. And then the goal is for your egg to almost look like a bloodshot eye. Now the way I boil my eggs is I start with cold water in a pot, put all the eggs in, and then I turn on the heat. I bring it up to a boil. Once it starts to boil, turn off the heat, lid on, and let it sit for 6 to 8 minutes. I mean, there's parts of it that kind of look veiny and creepy. We'll see, here's a few others. And what I'm gonna do like you would, you cut them in the middle. Sometimes you can just pop out the yolk, but a little spoon will help. And I just have a paper towel to kind of clean them up so they look neat. And it's okay if you don't get all of the yolk out, because you're just gonna fill them. For my yolk, simple. You can do all kinds of things. You can do truffle oil, you can do wasabi, you can do pickles, relish. I mean, it's endless, the flavorings you can put into a deviled egg. I'm gonna go classic mayo, a little bit of Grey Poupon, or yellow mustard, salt and pepper. Now here's the thing, to make them spooky, the filling is gonna be green. So I'm gonna use a little bit of food coloring, although I totally get it because I don't like to use food coloring that often. You could do pureed spinach, you could take whatever you have that possibly is green that's natural, and you could do a pesto, that would turn it green. Now we'll mash up our yolks until we get the desired color we're looking for. A spooky, creepy green. So piping bag, just to make life a little bit easier when you fill, and then you fill. Coming up, I'm gonna make a chocolate bark inspired by one of my favorite fall treats, the caramel apple. I love caramel apples this time of year, but let's face it, they're pretty time consuming. So I'm gonna take all the nostalgic flavors of a caramel apple and turn it into a chocolate bark. Here's how you make it. Okay, Levi, on to our sweets. What do you think we're making?
I don't know.
What does it look like?
It doesn't look like much to me.
You know what we're gonna do, which I thought would be fun, because it's all of the flavors for fall. It's apples, caramel, chocolate. I'm gonna do a carameled apple bark. You know what a bark is?
What?
When you melt some chocolate, you pour it on I have a Silpat, which nothing sticks to. These are the best if you can get them. But all we do is we pour the melted chocolate on there. It's basically like making candy, making chocolate.
Whoa,
So
look at all that
we're cutting up our green apples because I
Mom,
want,
look at all this caramel.
whoa. So we have already melted caramel. We've got salted pecans. We've got pretzels.
We need to make sure this doesn't dry out.
So we have our chocolate melting on a double boiler, dark chocolate chips. So it's actually, this is kind of good for you.
And it's tasty.
It's gonna be tasty. Oh, another little trick. Once you cut your apple, make sure you put lemon on it so they don't turn brown. Levi, hot chocolate coming at you.
I want to go do that.
Okay, here we go. Look at this. What? Beautiful, silky.
Will this
dark.
crack if it touches?
Spread it out to the edges so that you have a nice little barrier. Here, I've got something for you to enjoy. Pretzels. Salty sweet situation. Okay,
It doesn't look
pretzels.
that sweet.
Pecans. Salted roasted pecans.
So can I have this for dinner?
Can you smile at the camera because can you have this for dinner?
Well, you said that this is good for you.
He's not there. Now, our Granny Smith apples. Beautiful. This is like all the flavors of fall and less messy than a carameled apple. And now,
I love caramel.
me too. And that's it, it's done. Voila, into the fridge until it chills and then we can snack on this. Look at this, our caramel apple bark is out of the fridge. It was only in there, I would say 10 minutes. I mean, if you could leave it in longer, that would be better. But now what I'm gonna do is basically, so all you do is you cut it up and you place it on your little platter. And honestly, it's such a lovely little sweet and it's not too sweet. Here's the thing about this bark. Because it's dark chocolate, it's not that sweet. And I love that. But if you wanted a little sweeter, I would do milk chocolate or maybe you could drizzle some white chocolate. I was thinking what would be kind of delicious is I have some really flaky sea salt. I think that's a nice little touch. What do you think? For all the recipes we featured in today's episode, you can follow us on Instagram at KTLA California Cooking. That does it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Happy Halloween, and we'll see you next time.